anything.
Right. Jason?
Yeah.
We should be live now on YouTube, I think. I don't know if you can pick that up. I don't know.
You're not showing on YouTube?
No, it might be a sec. Should be now. More or less.
No.
I don't know. Something like that.
Refreshing. Nothing.
No?
Nothing as of yet. Still nothing.
I tell you, this is daily chaos, people. Yeah. Copyright free YouTube. Coming up in just a minute. How do I get rid of that Zoom logo? Jason,
yes, you're live now, Ollie.
You've got it. Can you see it? Mike's there.
You're on a live, yeah.
Coming up in 4 minutes, people. 4 minutes for a specially shortened show, shorter than normal because I cocked it up. Mark, do us a favor and mute your audio or mute your microphone or mute the children, mute the wife.
Yeah, I was just doing sound checks, making sure you're all coming through and that.
Good on you, man. Thank you. And Bubba,
sound okay?
They're here.
You sound echoes or nothing.
Oh, it's all going. Oh, it's all go now. It's all go now. We got people popped in. But Bubba, can you hear me?
Coming through properly.
Bubs, that's the Viscount. That's Viscounts and Rodders.
Ahoy there, Ollie. How are you?
Good on you, man. Oh, we're getting there. We're beginning to get there. We're only 27 minutes late so far and counting. 3 minutes, people. 2.5 even. Count yourselves lucky.
All right, Rodders.
Yeah, ahoy there.
Bubs.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, Bubba. Hey, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I don't know what I did wrong. That's the most frustrating thing because I don't know what I did wrong, which means that I don't know how I'm going to improve on it next week. So it'll probably be another disaster.
Well, you have a week to test it, don't you, and find the problem. So.
Ollie, can you look in Zoom and let me into the meeting because I'm sitting in the waiting room.
Are you? Oh,
I'm coming in on my mobile phone and it says, you just let me in. Cool. I'm switching from my PC to my mobile now.
Might as well let him in. Okay, 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. Let's start this damn thing.
Ollie, how is Rodders on there? Is he on Skype?
That's Mark Conway. Oh, yeah, he's on. No, he's on Zoom. He's on Zoom. We'll explain everything in a minute.
How do I link up on Zoom?
How do you what?
Can you send me the link to Zoom, please?
Yeah, I will. Just a sec.
Ollie, I'll send it for you, Ollie. You're busy. I'll send it to Mark for you.
Good man. Oh, crying out loud. I want to start the... I've got 1 minute. I can't listen to that.
We're better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. You're gonna die in the night. Meet the pale moon, loving for the fools. Baby, beware of my mind. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
Oh yeah. Hey folks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Daily Chaos. The show ain't daily, but the chaos is. Oh. I'm Olly Connelly. I think I got that bit right anyway.
Oh,
We're only half an hour late. Yay! It's like Brexit.
You look cold,
And
Ollie.
now, the right wonderful Bubba Kate Paris joins me, and does the right wrong Viscounts and Brothers. Oh,
this looks weird because all I can see is like an Ollie's head floating.
I'm using auto cue for the first time,
Hello.
and Zoom for the first time, or the third.
With no test drive.
And we're on YouTube. We're not on Facebook because they're gits. We'll see you in the comments or call in on the link in the spiel. I'm not sure there is. I don't think the link is in the spiel, actually. No. Yeah, please share the show, subscribe, like it, send me whiskey and all that. Thank you. God bless you. Right. Okay. So let's have a roll call. I think we've got Mark P. Conway here. God bless you, Mark.
I have indeed, sir.
Hey,
Mark,
Mark, thank you very much indeed for trying to rescue me. That's Rodders. That's the Viscounts and Davids.
Mark,
Don't
happy
accept
New
me
Year.
on it, Ollie.
We got Bubba here too. We got Katie Fanning. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Hey, Bubs.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good to hear you. Yeah, and Piers sends his apologies. He can't make it. He
He's
couldn't
got
make
man
it
flu.
because he's got man flu. Yeah, he's got man flu, which is pathetic. And I was thinking we could call him and rib tickle him a bit, but I've got no idea how to do anything that actually works. So I think I best not touch anything. I did do something earlier. I don't know if you folks can see this, but let's see if this will get me banned from YouTube for another copyright thingy or something. But I hold on. This I thought this was really cool. See if you can see that. There we go. Look at my back foot. Oh, hold on. Oh no, hold on. Oh, for crying out loud! How do you do that? There you go, like that, and then give it a fade. There you go. Look at that. Horses in the background.
What?
Can you see that? Can you see my horse in the background?
No,
I don't know.
you've got your wardrobe. Oh, yeah, you can see that now, yeah.
There we go. Get
You're
rid of
good.
that.
But your wardrobe's daily chaos is in the way, Ollie.
Oh, I've got rid of that now. I've got rid of that. But
Oh, you need to accept me on your host meeting for Zoom.
technology is mine. Right. Okay, I'll do that. Mark, God bless you. Thank you indeed. Now,
Yeah.
oh, Struth. So Christmas is finished, and we're going to go to war. It's all good fun, isn't it? Should we start with some salient headlines? I don't know where to start. It's all so exciting. We're about to have World War III, or maybe not. Or I don't know. And Meghan and Harry have quit the royal family.
What?
It's wonderful, isn't it? Which one is going to get more column inches in the fake street media, Bubs?
Oh, well, of course, the distraction, of course. Let's distract everybody from the main problems that are going on in the world with some random, irrelevant muppetry like Meghan Markle. If they can't find some, dead child to use as propaganda, then, let's throw a royal or a celebrity at the cameras, or, let's make some other crisis, but a much smaller one, and then only print news about that. That's a possibility. They do that tactic quite often.
Well, of course,
I'll just give you the headline very quickly before we get old Rodder's take on this. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry resign as senior members of the royal family. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have announced they're stepping back as senior members of the royal family in a shock announcement. We'd normally lead on Brexit, on the show, or would have done. But you know what? Bollocks to Brexit. It's not bollocks to Burko, But Brexit, I don't know whether it's going to happen or not. We're going to cover that in a bit. You can be sure we're going to cover that. But this is exciting, is it not? Let's just be distracted from it and completely, herded into the kind of division lobby that the fake stream establishment and all the rest of it wants us backed into, so that we don't think about things that actually matter. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced, after many months of reflection and internal discussions, they would be stepping back from their roles as senior members of the royal family. The announcement comes after Meghan and Harry, in a candid interview after their royal nightmare of a tour in Africa, revealed they were struggling in the royal spotlight. Are you going to miss them, Rodders?
No, not really. I mean, I think Harry is a character. I'm not a great fan of Markle, to be frank. This Hollywood style treatment, and let's be clear, Harry is not a senior member of the royal family. He would be rather more senior if if Prince George wasn't around and the other couple of nippers.
That's right.
So in actual fact, he's in the same vein as Prince Andrew.
Hang on a second. He's not in the same vein as him.
Sorry?
He's not in the same vein as Andrew. Absolutely not.
Well, not yet, anyway. Yeah.
Do you think he's got a veiny todger?
Well, I
Sorry.
tell you what, I think you ought to consider, Ollie, the brewing crisis in Hollywood over Ricky Gervais's piss-taking of the barons of film.
That was brilliant.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Do you want to have a listen to it? Do you want to have a listen to a bit of that?
Yeah, go on.
Hold on. Okay. Let's see if I can find a bit, because it was so funny.
Funny.
Oh, blimey. Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, here we go. This is old Ricky Gervais doing his thing. Oh.
Can't hear it, Ollie.
No sound, Ollie. Either that or I've gone deaf.
We've got a picture, but no sound.
Oh, I don't know why there's no
Is that
sound.
green
I've
screen
got no
on?
idea why there's no sound. I mean, but basically, I mean, it was brilliant. I mean, look at that. So, yeah, it was very good. It was very funny indeed. Very funny. Pardon?
There's a box on the bottom when you share that says share desktop audio.
Share. Right. Hold on. Let me do that. Share. Oh, advanced sharing options, Jason.
No. Do what you did before, but before you hit the final share button, look on the bottom left, and you'll see a box that says share desktop audio, or something like, or share computer audio, maybe.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Bottom left corner.
I've got no idea. What you mean where it says at the? I'm trying to work out how to use this thing. Zoom. People,
on your Zoom,
which is
screen,
kind of like a Skype type thing. Yeah, go on the
screen,
Zoom screen.
On the bar.
Right. Click on your share button to bring up the share options.
Yeah. Yes, I've got stop live stream or support.
Don't stop. No. None of that. No, not that at all. The green button.
Don't do that. Okay. Green button. Yeah, green button. Right.
Right. Now look at the bottom left. You see desktop audio or something like that.
Desktop audio. Advanced, basic, advanced.
No. Ollie, look in
files.
Ollie, look in there. You see a green share button. Did you click on that?
Green share button. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, okay, I've clicked on it.
Now look at the bottom left. It says share computer sound.
Oh, look at that. There you go. Oh, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy when you know how. Right, can you hear him now?
Nope.
Oh,
Ollie has started.
Ever happened. And her dad was in Wild Hogs.
Yeah, we can now.
Movies anymore.
You can hear this. All right, I'm going to play it then because it is good. It's very good. It's 6 or 7 minutes, but what he did, you guys are so right. Bugger Meghan and Harry and even everything else, because what he's done is monumentally important. Oh, Ricky Gervais. I've got to say, it's amazing. Listen to this.
Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. Let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no.
It's only 3 minutes.
Shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. The Irishman was amazing. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no.
Hold on, he's about to come out with it.
Roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent. If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God,
and fuck off. That's what he said.
Bravo.
It's already 3 hours long.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Who was it that said to play that?
Me.
Rodders?
Yeah. The only thing, Roddy, is you were sharing the wrong screen. We was watching all of your controls and settings are going up and down.
Oh, you're joking. What the hell's going on with that then?
You chose
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you heard what he said. You heard what he basically said, which was don't come up here and virtue signal. Basically, take your award and bugger off back to your seat quick, because it's a lot of old cock, frankly. And he's just completely exposed it. He's brought up Epstein and Weinstein by relation, and I don't know. Anyway,
well, what he's also done is he's recognised very publicly and very humorously as a British comic, and I'm delighted it was a Brit that made the remark. We don't need to be lectured by bloody actors who spend their time playing other people. They're pretend people. You know, Hugh Grant mincing around with Uma Chuka, whatever he's called, during the general election.
Chuckaramuna?
Chuck, yeah, that's the one.
Who's that? Anna Soubry?
And yeah, you know,
what are they doing?
As a political campaigner, when in actual fact all his assets are in Los Angeles. He owns Sweet Foxtrot Oscar, or Sweet Foxtrot Alpha. And I have taken advice, Ollie. I'm determined not to succumb to Tourette's, per your visit just before Christmas, when you said you can't use the Charlie Tango word.
No, that's right. No.
Or Foxtrot Oscar. So
that's right. I already used it once, but only because I was filling in the blanks, which is, you know, important.
You're still screen sharing, by the way.
Spiel. The emphasis was important.
You're still screen sharing, by the way. You need to click on cancel to cancel the screen share.
Oh, for crying out loud! Right. Okay. Hold on a sec. So do I press new share? Is that what I do?
No, look for the floating sharing toolbar and then click on cancel share.
Well, like in that mode, I can see everybody now.
I can see all the
Okay, this is a bit chaotic, people. I do apologise. We've got Jason Tyler here, who is my most useless producer.
No, hang on a second. You're the one in charge tonight, Ollie.
And he's also a closet. He's a closet Marxist as well.
You switch things on me. You're in control tonight. I'm a guest tonight.
Oh, so what? Oh,
you're looking for a floating toolbar that you can drag around the screen, and it says on it stop share.
Stop share. Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Good. Oh, good. Right. Okay, that's terrific. Thank you.
Bubba, though.
So, but pardon?
Can't see Bubba.
You can't
Bubba,
see me. I
right.
can see all screens.
Happy New Year.
Before, after he did the Ricky Gervais, I couldn't see any of your screens at all. There was just a distorted image on there. So I left and came back. And then when I flicked through, I found a screen where all of us are stacked underneath each other. So I can see each one of us clearly, which is great. Now I can communicate with all of you.
Yeah, okay. I'll try and sort that out. I think I can sort that out. So bear with me and
Olly,
I'll try and sort that out.
Olly, can I just say to anyone that's in here chatting, if you look at the top right-hand corner of the video, you'll see a little grid icon, and you can switch between like full view or like a grid of everyone.
If I go over, it won't let me. Oh, right.
You
Don't
see it?
like that. No, I can't see everybody. I've just got me on
Switch
screen.
between gallery view or speaker
That's
view.
better. I can see everyone again. Right, yeah.
I'll just understand.
Oh, blimey.
Anyway.
I'll tell you, what a nightmare. I'll tell you, the tech. Anyway, right. So, Bubs, what did you think of what Ricky Gervais said? And did he have a point, or was he, is he actually being a bit of a hypocrite? I don't know.
Well, no. Well, I don't know, do I? I don't know whether he's been involved with some of the things that he was taking the mick out then. Well, as he said, he's never really cared. I was, what can you say, a little bit taken aback, because he kind of said what we've all wanted to say to them and what we've been saying about them for some time. And the British always deal with, quite serious matters with a bit of humour. I think it is the best way of going about things. It's one of our coping mechanisms as a nation, having a stiff upper lip and being able to find some sort of humour in everything. Yeah, Ricky Gervais, he's British, so I'm not surprised that's the form of humour that he went down. Calling them all paedophiles and suggesting that they were friends with Jeffrey Epstein and telling them that their power is being revoked, basically, because Netflix now has control of everything. I did think it was quite funny. And the end bit, because originally it was only the end bit that I saw in a clip where he was talking about nobody cares about your political views. You don't even live in the real world. Most of you have been to school less than Greta Thunberg. That had me in stitches, I've got to admit. And the thing is I had to stop watching comedians for ages because they were so left-wing and biased, and every single one that you saw was talking always about politics. So it just wound me up, and I'd end up thinking, right, I'm turning this off, cultural Marxist bollocks. So it was nice to actually see a comedian get on stage, say something funny that came from our side of the political spectrum, rather than the far left rhetoric that we often see on the TV. I don't know what your feelings are. Do you watch comedians often, or do you think that they're all quite left-wing, especially the ones that get any airtime anyway?
Well, these ones are realistic.
I tell you what, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by comedians for the simple reason I think it really is one of the toughest jobs on the planet to be able to be so spontaneous with uncertain material. And okay, you've got the setup gags, but I look at them all from the left-wing lot to the Al Murray, the pub landlord, who's one of my favourites.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love comedy, and we really stick it to the Yanks. And I've got to say, for all the pomposity of all those idiot bloody actors who seem to think that they actually mean anything off the screen.
Well, like Hugh Grant.
Like Hugh Grant, Robert De Niro having a go at Trump.
What's wrong with him?
And all the I mean, it's like, who the hell cares? One moment you're playing a prisoner. Next moment, you're playing the president of America. You're not a real person. You're a fucking... Oh, sorry. You're an actor.
Crying out loud, man.
Plenty of material there, Rod, isn't there? In America.
Yeah. And why should we give them any greater significance with their political views just because they're on the bloody screen? It's a load of bollocks. And you didn't stop me from saying bollocks. That's the one word I think I'm allowed to use.
Can you see the rabbit? Can you see the rabbit in the background?
Yeah. It's
like the rabbits.
Rabbit.
Cool, excellent. I'm just getting really excited because I got this new green screen thing, and so I'm playing with these various things. Look, I want to show you something because I know that what Rodders was saying was
so funny.
It's really important and all that, but the fact is that this is much more interesting. This is Cooper loves ice cream, yeah. So listen to this. Oh, hold on. Can I get out of the way? Oh, blimey. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Cooper loves ice cream.
Can't hear nothing, Ollie.
I can see it though.
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, no. That's because I need to share the damn thing again, don't I? Oh, blimey. If I do that, it's going to cock everything else up. Right, okay. Maybe I'll play that later. But that is actually my favorite viral video. And seeing as we can do things with green screen stuff, then maybe I'll play with that. I don't know, maybe not. But right, yeah. So the bottom line is that Ricky Gervais said something really, really useful. Let's have a look at Iraq. Are we not? Is it not all irrelevant? Are we not all about to be, 45 minutes from, I don't know, weapons of mass destruction or something?
Absolutely. Ollie, I tell you what, I sent you something on WhatsApp, and if you email it to yourself, it's a video that was taken on board the flight from Iraq to Iran with the 5 or 6 coffins from the drone strike. And Greta Thunberg would be outraged because, of course, after the drone strike, you could have collected the remains and sent them by FedEx in a pickle jar. But you got these 5 full-size coffins, and you can post it. I mean, there's nothing obscene about it. You don't
whose coffins? I apologise. Who's? I'm trying to work out how much bad taste this is.
Well, sure, they weren't Cornish pasties.
Yeah, exactly. It's the guys who got hit by the Donald's drone strike, and
yes,
they've given them a row each on this plane to get them back to Iran. And you know what? You're safer standing at an Iraqi airbase than you are going to a funeral in Iran. If you think about it, 60 people got stampeded to death, and there are 200 serious injuries by attending a funeral. I'm like,
you're not very safe if you go on a Boeing.
Well,
what was it? 167 people dead, and the media is all saying, "Oh, technical difficulties." And only a couple of days ago, Iran was referencing Lockerbie in a kind of a backhanded threat to pull off another airline bombing.
Yeah.
Well, and then we get this. And the mainstream media is all like, "Oh, technical difficulties." Then the Iranians say, "We're withholding the black box flight recorder thing." And the mainstream media is like, "Oh, technical difficulties. I mean, it's like, how many hints do you need? This is a dangerous, they take entire ships hostage, hijack, whatever, and lock up the sailors. I don't know what happened to any of that lot from the British ship that was hijacked 6 months or something ago. I'm not saying that I want war or anything like that, but Iran, they're pretty dodgy dealers, no?
Well, do you know what? The point is that we've had to suffer them as a thorn in the side of the world since the fall of the Shah with Ayatollah Khamenei. And it's been this sort of, this lunatic religious fringe. And no one stood up to them. I'm amazed that George Bush Sr. didn't say, "Look, Iran, we've had enough of you. Your nonsense is not to be tolerated anymore." And Trump,
he was keener on going for Iraq, wasn't he? As I recall,
well, I think
Operation Persian Gulf.
I think that was a big mistake. Personally, I would have taken Iran because where you need stability in the Middle East, and let's face it, you're talking overall about a tiny fraction of the world population, yet they cause the most trouble. Lebanon, you've got the biggest export from Lebanon are Lebanese people. You've got 18 million roughly worldwide, and you've got a population in Lebanon of 3 million with Hezbollah, and they cause more trouble than the Grange Hill mob. I mean, it's just nonsense. And frankly, it's about bloody time that Iran is sorted out, and that Soleimani fella was pretty bloody bad news.
Head of the military bloke.
Yeah.
Was he? What was he doing?
Well, when you conduct terrorist campaigns by proxy,
yes, exactly.
It's interesting that Boris has actually come out in the House of Commons today and put it on the map that this guy has British blood on his hands. So I have absolutely, I think it's marvelous. And for the Iranians to satisfy the idiots in Tehran, say we've slapped America in the face by deliberately missing any target that they're pointing a rocket at, and thank God they did. I mean, I was rather.
It was pretty crap, wasn't it? What was it? 13
No,
rockets
hang on a
or
second.
something, and they didn't even hit a pillar box.
No, Ollie. I think.
Oh,
there's a
I
lot
wasn't
more
being
to it
rude
than that.
there, by the way. That wasn't a reference to anything at all. I wasn't, honestly. I wasn't. Carry on. Sorry. I thought I'd
I
say
think
that.
there was a lot more to it than that, Ollie. I think that when they drone struck them, and then he turned around and says, "Try anything. We've got 52 planes here waiting to land on you, or 52 targets." I think their arse is back twitching, and they've gone. And did you notice what Trump said? Yeah, thanks for the early warning system. Well, I think they phoned them and says, "We're going to bomb this empty base. Could you please make sure there's no one there so we don't injure anybody?"
Exactly.
That's what went on. They bottled it.
Do you know what? And do you know, absolutely right. I mean, funny enough, I was not that I wanted anyone to die, but I would like to see a bit more retaliation against Iran. We need forced regime change in that region. There are no two ways about it. Having some raghead, dictating judicial policy in what actually used to be quite a civilized country. It was, until the ragheads got in and started preaching the Quran and God knows what other mumbo jumbo that floats around that place. And my understanding is that the majority of the population would like regime change, but no one's got the muscle or the balls to do it, because all of a sudden you get sentenced to death, or you get whipped 100 times, and God knows what. I mean, the place is an absolute mess. It needs to be sorted out once and for all.
Yeah. So, Bubs, what about you? Are you worried about imminent World War III?
She's gone.
Oh, blimey. Oh, no, she's waiting again. Why does she keep getting kicked out of the room? Jason? Tyler?
I think some of the things might be a bit delicate.
Bubs?
Hello. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So why did you leave the room again?
When it's on video, it drains the battery quite a lot, and I saw that it was going below 15%, so I left to go get my mobile battery pack so I could attach it. But unfortunately, there's like one. So I don't know how much energy it's got in it and how much my battery's going to last. It might last longer than we think. I don't know how much is in one bar on one of these mobile battery pack things, but we'll see. But yes, I actually wanted to get that because it was dying.
Jason?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Jason?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Why is the video so, like, generally crap? Look at that. I mean, for example, now when you talk, it just goes to a black screen. How do I get rid of that?
When who speaks?
Well, when I talk or when Mark talks.
When anybody hasn't got their video on and they talk, it just goes to a completely black screen with the Zoom logo on it.
That's right. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So how do I get rid of that? Because it's supposed to be coming from my OBS.
They've got to turn on their camera as well, Ollie.
I know,
but right, it switches between all the different people talking. So it's voice activated. So whoever's talking, their camera or their name will show.
Yes. Now, can I turn off people's video if they don't have any video?
If they don't have any video, it'll be turned off anyway.
Yeah, but it just goes to a black screen then, which looks awful.
What did you want to see if their camera's turned off?
What we'll have to do is, Ollie, for next time, we'll save profile photographs on. So hopefully you can have like a picture of you going, if you're not on screen. So,
I'd like that.
That might work.
I'd rather have your video, but people will call in, and I hope they do. And you can. But I'm not going to give the link out tonight. We'll try and get the show a bit, sorted.
One step at a time, eh, Ollie?
One step at a time. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Oh, blimey. Right. Okay. So what else has been going on? I suppose that Brexit thing's going on. Bubba, tell me, where are we? What is going on now? Have we left yet?
No, we've not left yet. And apparently we will be leaving on the 31st. But, there's still going to be a negotiation period. From what I've seen, the EU seem a little bit more reluctant to have that within the 12 months. They've been talking about an extension, but Boris has just won a landslide election on the pledge that he's going to have us out on the 31st. So the European Union would be directly interfering with our democracy, probably just to keep us in, because as we know, they're now forming this EU army that they told us was never happening. Obviously, there are treaties that come into place in 2022, I think, that will bind nations, basically making them vassal states more than actual sovereign nations. And I think they want to keep
sorry, hold on. Which bit was that? The first bit was the European Defence Union. I think Ronnie's might have a slightly different take on it. That's an interesting debate in itself. What was the thing that comes in 2022?
Is it the Lisbon Treaty? I think it is, where people have said that it comes into force and we will be forced to not only take up the currency, but we're also legally bound to remain within the European Union. You know, we have to stay within security forces. We'll have to remain as part of an economic union and have, you know, open borders, everything.
Yeah, but come on, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen now.
Oh,
no?
Well, you know, you
tell me,
why isn't it?
With Brexit, we voted for to end free movement. It's one of the key factors that people voted for. And even if we leave, which, you know, hopefully we will do, we've still got this UN migration pact, which basically, you know, it kind of throws it back in our face when we said we didn't want that kind of free movement, and that's outside of the EU. So, you know, we have to look at things other than just the treaties of leaving, the treaty, you know, which they call the withdrawal deal, but it's actually a treaty. But there are other international treaties that we've signed, or we've signed as, you know, collaboratively as part of the European Union, that we're also going to have to look at and negotiate our way out of if they're not in our nations or our citizens' best interests. And that goes beyond Brexit, but Brexit is part of that. And these treaties are still going to remain in place, I should imagine. We'll need, you know, some revision, hopefully some revoking of some of these, similar to what Donald Trump has done, where he's opted out of many things that Obama signed them into.
But Kate, we have the ability to revoke treaties, to change them at will once we've broken away from Europe. I mean, that's exactly what Trump has done with Iran. He's torn up the nuclear pact that was designed by Obama. He's told the Chinese where to get off. He's pretty much rewriting the American rules on WTO relations. And Boris should be doing the same.
Well, that's what I mean, where I said Brexit is just the start of it. Once we've dealt with the withdrawal treaty, we then need to look at all these other treaties subsequently, similar to what Donald Trump has done with revoking an awful lot of things that weren't.
Why did we need the withdrawal treaty? Can anybody explain to me why we needed the withdrawal treaty at all?
I believe it's legislation in regards to Article 50 means that we've got to strike some sort of a comprehensive deal to leave in an orderly manner that suits all parties, because we've
according to who?
It's a contractual agreement, so we need to break that contract to leave, which requires a new treaty, basically.
Well, it's
but surely going out, leaving on WTOs is a soft landing anyway.
We could.
What's the problem with that? My point, is that there was no legal reason whatsoever for any divorce deal that involved us chucking in tens of billions for nothing that we don't know, and putting a border down the Irish Sea, inciting Northern Irish and Scottish nationalism.
Why do people keep talking about sea borders? It's already there. It's called the ocean.
It's called international.
Well, yeah, but it's a trade border. It's a trade border. It's like a treaty. It's like a trade treaty. That bit of it. And the other thing is ECJ arbitration. Why on earth would we want to give them arbitration over anything at all, let alone the entire British legal system for until December this year? Can anybody explain to me, if I'm wrong, why we just refuse to do any of that? And we should have just turned around, and I would have thought a Chilean prime minister would have done this and said, look, EU, talk trade like adults, or bugger off, and we'll go and have a chat with old Trumpy. And
what's to say that's not going to happen, Ollie?
Why? Well, why do it after giving them 30 billion quid? Why give them 30 billion quid? 32, 37, whatever it is.
Well, actually, Ollie, it gets even worse than that, because we have ongoing liabilities because of the nature of how we own shares in the European Investment Bank. So if the investment bank were to collapse, we are potentially liable for 16% of all its liabilities,
500
which
billion.
actually
on the slab.
Which actually runs into we potentially face a bill of between 150 to 250 billion.
500 billion, Rodders.
Well, it depends on how you view the liabilities. And
Worst
The
case
EU's a corpse, and we're underwriting them.
yeah, and thank you to raise a moron for, in actual fact, having given away a negotiating position. And I think.
But
hang on, I think.
On the other hand, okay, yeah, we will talk about that more and more over the weeks to come. But on the other hand, we've only got 9 minutes left, and I want to just read a little bit of this story today to give a bit of the government's take on what's going on, which maybe will give us a bit more confidence as well. But I want to ask your opinions on this, guys. If it's just smoke and mirrors or what? Breitbart, EU makes threats as Boris to tell Eurocrat UK ready to walk away without deal. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to tell the President of the European Commission that he's ready to walk away from the EU without a trade deal at the end of the transition period. Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the EU's powerful executive arm, is in the UK for talks with the Prime Minister today. A Downing Street spokesman told the Times Boris will tell President von der Leyen that having waited for over 3 years to get Brexit done, both British and EU citizens rightly expect negotiations on an ambitious free trade agreement to conclude on time. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to tell Mrs. von der Leyen that he will not sign a deal that would force the UK to agree to abide by EU regulations, with a Downing Street spokesman saying he will likely underline that the upcoming negotiations will be based on an ambitious free trade agreement, not on alignment. So setting aside, people, everything, all of my concerns from above with the withdrawal agreement, this actually looks positive on the other hand, does it not? He is saying, they are saying at the moment that they are refusing alignment.
Yes.
Should we trust that?
Well, the answer is, I think we can. When he's sitting on a majority of 80 seats. In previous programs, I've always put forward my view that Boris is to be trusted if he had a working majority, which he certainly does. And the timing of it, saying right, December 31st, that's it. He's actually laid down the landscape for us to leave on WTO terms. Whilst all these prats in Europe waffle and whinge and moan and blah, blah, the unions in Germany, particularly the automotive union, are up in arms with Merkel, saying, "Look, we stand to lose 750,000 jobs without Britain. Yeah. Be very careful how you handle this." And the timing is a breakneck speed. And it enables Boris to turn around and say, we told you December 31st, and if we haven't got a trade deal, because you haven't sharpened your pencils and you want another 10 billion or whatever it happens to be, come and talk to us next week. But we're out.
What do you think, Bubs? What are your thoughts on that? I'm Mark, I'm going to come to you in just a sec, mate. I'm going to close with you, sir. Bubs, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, ever since Boris came to power and he said that we were going to be leaving on the 31st of October, I knew it was not possible in that space of time to, analyze and renegotiate such a complex agreement. So I didn't expect anything new to be presented. I think Boris is a lot smarter than people give him credit for. And I do think that he's played a very clever game. I think, I've been quite sure since about November that we will probably leave on WTO terms just because of the timescales involved and Boris's want to go down in history as a great leader, like his idol, Winston Churchill. And I do think that he's got that bold Trump-esque sort of style as well. And he knows what the people have voted for. They've just given him the highest majority. I mean, the Conservatives have not had such a strong parliament since Margaret Thatcher's times. He's done exceptionally well. And I don't think that he's going to want to go down as a letdown, you know, one of those, the people built him up and he wasn't what they expected. You know, he will want to go down a hero. And I don't think that selling off Britain's sovereignty or our waters or any of our rights, and hopefully he'll be smart enough to start selling off our shares in that European bank and hopefully avoid any liability for us. But I think cutting off
Who'd buy those shares?
Strong stance is something that Boris is very much capable of, and I think that his cabinet have echoed that as well. I mean, look at articles by Esther McVey. It was very, I think, about a week after the Tory majority came in, she basically said that no deal is going to be back on the table. You know,
well, she was right, as it turns out.
It is still a very high possibility, much higher possibility, that Boris will choose to leave without a deal unless the European Union realise that we're the ones with the leverage here. You know, we're the ones with the leverage from a business sense, from an economic sense. We're no longer going to be acting as their whipping boys, you know, pandering to them like Theresa May did. They've got a very strong mandate from the people. They've told them, we are Great Britain, go make us great and sovereign again. He's got his orders and he will fulfill them. And if the European Union want to test that, well, it'll be like, well, okay, you don't want to be reasonable, then we won't be reasonable. No deal. We're leaving. See you later.
We've got 2 minutes. Mark, is Bubs being overconfident, over hopeful, or is she basically playing a good game of probability? And blimey, why should we just not be absolutely 100% certain that we have a patriotic British Prime Minister? Mark, what are your thoughts?
I think the only things that Boris and Trump is alike, and that's the hair, and that's it. I think that policy is still allowing implementation of European laws into this country. For a classic example of it, they've just implemented a law banning minted cigarettes, which it annoys me just the fact that they're allowing any kind of legislation to be allowed after we've voted out. And I think the back door is constantly putting in laws. I don't think at the moment we are leaving. I think it's a load of hogwash. I think it's just smokescreen. About their majority, clearly they've only got that because of the Brexit, and they've said they'll get Brexit done. Whether they do, I still don't have great confidence, but I do. I've got to go with it, haven't I? You've got to go with it. There's no other hopes. I'm just hoping the Labour Party will just get rid of Jeremy Corbyn, all the rest of his followers, go back to grassroots, and realise that the public wants to leave the EU, and then we can all go back to Labour, get the Conservatives out, and get the hell out of the EU as an alternative.
I want to say a big cheer to everybody. And but before I get rid of it, I wanted just to, for one last time, because I've only used it once, use my Christmas floral decorations around the side of the show thing. So there you go. I just thought I'd use that. But so Daily Chaos is back every Wednesday, folks, 9 o'clock, going on youtube.com/Daily Brexit. Going on wakeupuk.net, and God bless you, Wake Up UK folks. I'm sorry I've not looked in the comments. It's just been, I was late and everything cocked up and all the rest of it. Blame Jason Tyler because he's a closet Marxist. And I want to say a big cheers. Now, Bubs, are you coming on Wednesdays from now on? And Rodders, are you going to come on? Mark, are you going to pop in and say hello to us?
Only if I can swear.
No, blimey. Got to be good. Got to be good. People, Wednesdays, 9 o'clock. God bless you. Yeah, there you go. That'll do.
Brilliant, Ollie. It's been lovely. Thanks for having me on, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Sorry I missed the whole conversation about Iraq, but at least my battery managed to last until the end. Anyway, pleasure speaking with you guys. Have a good evening.
Take care.
I'm sorry that you're on the same fader as this music and can't really compete with it. God bless you, Bubs. God bless you.
Christmas thing. Are you doing a Christmas thing, Ollie?
And you, Rodders. God bless you, mate.
Take care.
And you, Conway. Mark Conway, thank you so much for calling in to tell me that I wasn't on air. Yeah.
Are you cold there, Ollie, by the way?
Yeah, I've been a bit chilly. And I like this. I like this jumper. I'd say, Wednesdays, people, and I'm going to sort out the tech. I'm going to work out how to sort out Zoom, properly, and get these on a separate fader so that we can hear people as well as the music.
I like your green screen thing, Ollie. Is that easy enough to set up?
Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy in the world of tech.
For you. So you're going to do it every Wednesday now?
I want to say a big cheers to everybody that tuned in at 9 o'clock GMT tonight, only for it to not work,
Really?
and then came back and actually managed to watch a show. You people are amazing.
Ollie, where you lack in technology skills, you at least exceed in linguistic skills.
Jason, God bless you. I couldn't hear you because you're on the same fader as the music, but thank you.
Oh, we can't hear any music.
You can't hear any music. You're joking. You can't hear any music.
Where's this music?
Can you really not?
No.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. No, I feel like a right plonker.
Oh, no.
I can. The outro's going on. Do 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 do.
The amateurs.
Do 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 do. Do. Right, that's it. Ciao. God bless you.
Cheers, Ollie.
Take care.
Yeah, 99.